I'm going to stop and start a little bit here. So that's why I kind of wanted you to know that you can communicate with me, because as I get through this, there are going to be some places where I'm going to ask some questions from you, because that I find is the best way for me to make sure that you totally understand the fact that all of that, what we have available to us as far as compensation. We've got a wonderful, wonderful compensation plan, but it's got so many different moving parts to it. And because it has so many moving parts, it can become complicated as far as understanding where you are and where you fit in, because you don't have to use all the parts. You can use one part, two parts, all the parts. But we don't want anyone to leave money on the table if they recognize the money's there to be gotten. So we hear through the presentations, we know that there are 7 ways to get paid. We hear that over and over and over again, meaning there are 7 different streams of opportunity for you to make money. But I want to really focus in on the very first way so that we really get clarity concerning it. We know we have an online dispensary, and everybody here, you can't get in Wakana and not have this, okay? You have this online dispensary automatic from the day you start, whether you paid for it, whether you got it free for a 30-day free test drive. Any way it's possible, you have the online dispensary. It's like having your own online store. It's having your own online website, whatever you want to call it. We're going to call it all those different things. Online store, online website, online dispensary. Just like an Amazon. And to me, this is really of the utmost importance to understand the power of having this, because this is when you make money while you sleep. I'm an Amazon Prime member, so I go to Amazon and shop in the middle of the night, wake up early in the morning, whatever. Same principle with your website. But the thing about it, if nobody knows you have it, nobody knows to shop there. And it's been said that $700 is going to eventually be spent every single month on CBD-based products in the near future. Well, you don't want people to be looking for CBD products and not get them from you when you actually have them available. So, talking about the online dispensary. So we understand that you earn money without holding any inventory. You earn anywhere from 20 to 50% of the commissionable volume on your website. That's every product that the company currently has. That's every product that the company will have in the future until whenever. I mean, whenever a new product comes out, just like new products have just come out, they're on your website. So that's why it's important to stay up on what products we have. That's why certification is so important, because Dr. Rita teaches on it. I think she's going to be even teaching on some tonight at 8 p.m. Central and 9 p.m. Eastern. Understand that your customers, as well as yourself shopping on your website, you're going to get free shipping when it's $50 or more. Understand that you're getting affordable, natural, and organic products, and that we have the ability to help people get started taking a free test drive. And then they've got to get certified in 30 days. So now let's break this down. So when we're talking about 20 to 50%, and this has nothing to do with, you've heard us talking about pearl and gold and pearl and ruby and sapphire and diamond. For a minute, just remove that from your brain. Don't even think about that, because everything I'm fixing to talk about has nothing to do with that. If you've never become a pearl, a ruby, or a sapphire, or a diamond, here's money that you can make just with your website alone. Just getting people to go there and purchase. So let's just say now, when we say 20 to 50%, how do we escalate from that 20 to 50%? This chart is what you should memorize. You should memorize these breakpoints: 500, 1,000, 2,500, and 5,000. Those should be numbers that you get in your spirit. They should be etched in your brain. Because every single month, when you hit $500 of sales on your website, people going to your website shopping, people going to your website purchasing any products that we have, you automatically move from 20% to 25%. And you've got to have a minimum of 2 customers for you to get that 25%. So in other words, you by yourself couldn't just buy $500 worth of product and the company moves you up to 25%. You got to have at least 2 customers. So now your commission is 25% and the company is going to give you $50 in product bonus. In other words, that $50 now you can spend on anything else you want. Because, we have these dispensaries, they're already packed with stuff, but there's always going to be some other products that you might want to try, or that you might want to sample, or that you might want to sell. So now you got $50 to spend. So once you start seeing this happen on your website, the likelihood of you ever spending money out of your pocket is very, very slim. I hardly ever spend money out of my pocket because I'm always reaching into my product bonus or my royalty rewards. When you get to $1,000 and at least 5 customers, now your commission just went from 20% to 25 to 30%. And your commission goes up astronomically as you continue to do these numbers in one calendar month. You got to have at least 5 customers. Can they be the same 5 customers? Absolutely. They can be 5 or more. But anywhere between that 500 and 1,000, you're still at 25%. But once it hits $1,000, and why is that important? Because I'm going to show you in a few minutes how you need to keep a watch on that CV, which stands for commissionable value. Because if you were close, let's say you were at $900, and you weren't paying attention to that CV, and you're only $100 away from an increase in commission, that shouldn't happen. You shouldn't get to the end of the month or even the last week of the month is when I really start checking it to see how close I am to the next breaking point, the next point where the commission goes up. So that's $1,000, 5 customers. Now it goes up to 30%. You see the numbers. You see the difference between the $125 commission and the $300 commission. The difference in the product bonus being $50 and the product bonus being $100. Then the next one, this is when it really starts looking good. When you do $2,500 in CV on your website with at least 15 customers, and the number of customers is not really that important because it will happen. If you're doing $2,500 in a calendar month, more than likely, you're going to have somewhere around 15 or more customers. Same way with 1,000. So it's easy to have that number of customers once you're achieving this amount of capital on your website. Now, you're at 35%. Look at the difference in that total commission. Now you, in one calendar month, you got an $875 cash. That's cash. That's going in your e-wallet. And then $250 in product bonus. And from time to time, like Melissa just did, Melissa just did last month, she will do double product bonus. So that happens quite often throughout the year. And then last step there is $5,000, at least 25 customers. Now your commission is up 40%, and your total commission, as you can see, jumps up quite a bit. And the product bonus as well, quite a bit. Now, they have given titles for these particular dispensaries, because that's what they're calling them. When you hit 500, they call you a bronze dispensary, and Melissa gives accolades and says who hit 500 already and 1,000 and gold and platinum. All that's fine. The titles is cool, but the money is what I'm focusing on, right? Okay, I can have the title and not have the title, but these are just your online dispensary. Now let's look at it. So how do you find that CV? You sign in to your website. Now, we're talking about your Wakana website. Hopefully everybody understands you have 2 websites. When you signed up, when you got with this company, whether you got the free website or whether you paid for Crown Jewel, whether you got a stimulus, whether you got a millennial, or whether you got the Founders Pack. You have 2 websites. One website is for your customers, and it ends in Wakanda for Life. Your name, whatever your name is, whether it's cbdhigh.wakandaforlife.com. That's your customer website. That's the one you give out to everybody. That's the one people go to shop. But when it comes to your back office, it's always the wakanda.com. Whatever your name is in the front, .wakanda.com. So you sign in, put in your email address and your password, and then click back office. Then you click my team. Then you click data viewer, and you choose the custom ranges. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually go there so you can actually see this. If you haven't done it yet, we're going to make sure that you know how to do this. Let me see. Okay, so I'm already signed in, so you can see it says sign out. So if it says sign out, that means you're already signed in. But you would click sign in here, put in your email address and password, back office, go to my team, and go to data viewer. And when you go to data viewer, your ID number is going to already be populated here. Now, depending on what you're looking for. So let's just say we're looking for, you click here in the blank space and you click December 1st, and we're clicking to December the 15th. So now we're fixing to look at what is taking place between now and, December the 16th, which is today. What is taking place between the 1st of December to the 16th of December? If it's a whole month, you're looking at the whole month. If it's whatever time period that you're trying to check on, you click those dates and then click go. So that's how you get to your data viewer. And what you're concerned about right here is this number here under CV. On the first row. The first row is called personal. That's you. That is your website. Now, so now we know how to make sure that we go back to it. We know how to get to it. So here's what I want to show you. If the CV, here's an example. If the CV here is $527.16 in this example, in any particular month, somebody tell me how much percentage are you getting for that particular month?
That's the 20%, wouldn't it be?
Nope. What was the CV? The CV was $527.16.
That's 25%. 25%.
So you're getting 25%, right? Okay, so let's look at this example. CV is $1,025.62. What is the CV? What is the percentage?
What's the CV again? I didn't see it.
$1,025.62.
That's 30%.
Okay, so that's 30%. So that chart, you see, you go back and forth with that chart all the time. Okay, here's another example. This CV is $2,429.80. $2,429.80. How much are you getting?
You crying? I'll let somebody else answer. I know what it is. But I'll see if somebody else answers. I'm crying right now. If it was me, that means I wasn't paying attention.
35%.
When does it go to 35%? At what number?
25?
And what is this CV?
24. Mm-hmm. Okay. So then it's 30.
So it would be 30. So this should never happen. That should never happen to you. That's why you pay attention to the CV, because you could be just that close. That's just $71 away from increasing from 30% to 35%. That does not make any sense. That should never happen. So that's why when you're too close, when you're that close, $71, you're going to go buy something yourself. That don't make no sense.
Dr. Ross, let me ask you something. Just looking at a number or figure, if you had to put a dollar figure on what that 35 could be versus that 30, is that a big margin enough to, first of all, or it would be, well, hey, okay, it's only, that 5% difference. That 5% would make a difference in that.
Okay, so if I do 24.29 and 80 cents times 30% is $728.94. $728.94.
Okay.
And I go on up to 2,500. It's $875.
Okay. That's significant enough. Yeah.
Okay, but also don't forget about the product bonus.
Okay.
And if I don't go to the 2,500, I'm only getting $100 product bonus. The moment I'm into 25, now I got $250 worth of product bonus. That's a big difference too.
Yes.
Okay, so as I said again, this should never happen. So here's the thing about it. If I know that I am $71 shy, then I'm going to the website and I'm going to hit shop. And because I'm learning which items have the largest amount of CV, somebody has your TV on. If you could turn it down just a little. Yep. So here, when you go to any item, you can find out what the CV is. So here we got the Power Hemp ND. I happen to know what this CV is. Anytime I want to purchase one item, now you could go get a customer to do this, but I'm saying me. If I'm $71, I'm going to buy it. Okay. Because I know the Power Hemp MD is 100 CV. That UCV, that's your CV. If I pay $129.95, I'm going to get 100 CV, and it's going to shoot me up to the 30% and get me to 2,500. It'll be over. I'll be over 2,500. But you can do that on every product that's on the website. That's how you find your CV. Go to the product. You have to be signed in to be able to see that. And when you're signed in, you can find out every single product that is on the website. Any questions concerning that? Everybody clear?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I appreciate you showing that, because I know that was a thing that, most of us didn't know how to find. At least I know I didn't know where to find that. And so now every time you look at the product, if you sign in, you would see what that number is. And so that's let you know the number that you would get credit for as
right.
that.
For that particular item, yes. So here's the last example. This particular week or month, the person did $5,081 in CV for the month. So that means now 40%. So that's why you look at that. I started looking at it the week before the month is out. If I'm not looking at it all month, but I'm paying real close attention that last week. So I know if I need to reach out to some more customers, I need to contact some of my customers that I already have. Hey, how you doing? Are you out? And we have a video that was done by one of the young ladies in Dr. Pat's downline last Friday night, because we're starting to do these strategy sessions. Some of you might have been there, where she showed how she handles her customer base. And she has a track record of hitting 1,000 CV every single month, like clockwork. And so she shared all of that. And I do have that video, so I'll be sending that. I think I already sent it out. So here's the next question. So what happens when others have their own website? Okay. So understand that these two things, I'm going to repeat this over and over again. You have your website, and okay, you did share your website with somebody else, and they said that they want to have their own website, because that's, anybody that keeps shopping from your website, at some point, it kind of makes sense to suggest to them, you can have your own website and buy from yourself. And guess what happens? When they do that, you start making overrides off of their website. I'm going to say again, this has nothing to do with pearl, jade, ruby, sapphire, or diamond. This is just money you're going to make overriding somebody else who has a website, who has a website, who has a website, who has a website. And
so let me, excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you off. So let me ask you, so to get this out. So you're basically saying that if I'm in this and I'm not looking to be involved in what we would call the network marketing side or networking side, but I have a customer that I just want to feel free to let that customer have their own website, which at some point realizing that customer, once they start utilizing this product in a general conversation, they're going to be talking to somebody that they know about this, even if it's a family member or somebody just going to say, girl, you know, my back hurt, my leg hurt, my knees hurt, a guy, something like that. Hey, well, this is the product I'm taking. Go to my website. So you know that isn't somebody that you even looking at recruiting. It's just that you just position yourself by sharing that with them. So this is for those individuals that truly say, hey, well, I don't want to do a network marketing thing. And I just, you know, I'm not in it for that. But eventually will come into that. Is that correct?
That's correct. Because what happens, if they decide that they do want to have their own website, they're buying from themselves and they're getting paid for what they buy. That's why it makes sense. If I'm buying from you every month and I can have my own website, buy from myself, and get commission off of what I buy. And then, like you said, and then they intentionally will share it, because everybody shares what's good. They intentionally will share it with somebody. Girl, I've been using this cream and it's really helping me. Da, da, da. And if they buy it from their website, now you're making override from their website. So anybody you sponsor, you share it with, that they have a website, you're getting 15% of the commissionable volume of sales on their website. And then if they happen to do it and share it with somebody else who gets a website, you get 5% from their website and 5% from the next person's website and 2%, 2%, 1%, 1%. And that trickles on down. Again, this ain't got nothing to do with recruiting where a person is ranking. Ranking is a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother animal. It's a whole nother income stream. But just these two streams right here are quite profitable. Because when you're doing what we're talking about on the scale that we're talking about, and then what happens when we go global and we got customers all over the world. Right now we can be all over the country, right here in the United States, in all 50 states, and customers are going to your website. So it's not improbable to think that you could have $5,000 in sales every single month, $2,500 sales every month. And that's a steady stream of income that's coming in. Somebody could do something with that to help in your livelihood, for sure.
Can I ask you another question? I don't mean to take it up, but my head is just going. So, because this is something that we have to do each month to be in that position, so going back, looking at the CVs can pretty much give you a general idea of what you need to move. Not just intentionally looking at that and just trying to, selling somebody something they really don't need, but that can kind of give you a general guideline of what it would take for you to have. Because, when you think about it, having 500 or 1,000, a person will look at that as a large sales volume amount that you have to have, but there are a lot of products that kind of give you that. Just like what you just showed, that one that just gives you 100 right there. So if you just move 2 of those, that puts you at 200. And if you add some other products on it, so you can kind of judge that 5.
And it's a good product. That's our most severe.
That 500 or that 1,000. So.
And that's our strongest hemp product. So it's not like you're selling something that people wouldn't need. But every time we come out with something, every time you come out with these packages, that's what you move. So to answer your question, these packages, look at that pack, all the Christmas packages. How many CV is it?
What's that? It's not showing.
105.
Yeah, it's 105. That's 105 CV on all these.
Oh, okay. Your picture was blocking.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
I'm trying to move it out the way. Okay, so
Okay.
I promote all the time because I have customers. They tell me, "Let me know when y'all have specials. Let me know when y'all have specials," because the packages, buying stuff single is cool if a person just that's where they are, but the packages are usually what gives you the best CV, and it also gives the customer the greatest bang for their buck.
Can you go back to that for a minute? Because I just did the ladies, and I just did the men. I did the men.
So that's the men's.
That one. So that was 70.
That was 70.
That was 70 there. But I didn't do did I do the relief? Let me see. And then I know I did the latest. Not counting some of the other stuff I've just done. So, wow.
Which one of the ladies? Relief, relax, renew?
So that's almost 200 right there.
Or revitalize?
I did the one with the shampoo.
Were you on last night?
The one with the shampoo.
I think that's
what you saying, Yvette?
Oh, I was going to say last night, like if you brought a gift box, they was giving away free stuff.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got the free shampoo.
Good.
Yeah, this is the one with the shampoo.
Yes, I got at least almost about 170 something. Yeah, 100 and some points. CVs last night, and that's not counting the other stuff I've already got. So easy at the 500. I'm thinking I was set 600. Lower 600.
So the renew is $60, and a lot of times with new customers, I will, especially when they want to try different things. Let's see, let me find it.
So now this is being smart and kind of strategizing to helping you out as well as helping the customer while you even recommending some things for them to try out.
So we have these 2 packs. So if you run across people, they are dealing with the drug test, here's a whole pack just for them. It's called the Customer Pure Pack. Everything in it is related to a person that only needs pure products. They get 2 pure hempraniums, 1 broad spectrum gummy, 1 broad spectrum gummy, 1 hemp-powered hair, 2 extreme power relief topicals. Look at what your CV is.
That's 210. Wow.
Of course, they spend $298, but they get $434 worth of product for a customer. Mm-hmm. And they get a lot of stuff that they can have for pretty much, an entire month or 2. But it's called a Customer Pure Pack, so everything in here is pure. So for those who have random drug screens, this is a great pack for them. And then there's a Customer Power Pack. Mm-hmm. But all of those, I just showed you that just to show you anything that's packaged with several items is always going to give you your largest amount of CV.
Okay.
Opposed to buying 1 item at a time.
What was the CV on the Women Renew?
Let me go back to it. I think it was 70. I think it was 60.
No problem, Dr. Ross.
Oh, it's coming up. Yeah, 60.
60. Okay. Now, is that the one they was offering a special on?
It is.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions right here?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So That's why I say committing these, you don't have to know every number on this chart, but you need to know 500, 1,000, 2,500, or 5,000. Those 4 numbers. Because those are the numbers that every time you hit them, your commission goes up. Okay. And then again, of course, if other people are getting it, it helps. And then that happens over and over again. And we understand that. So if I signed up Oprah Winfrey and she got a website, she would get 20 to 50% of what everybody shops on her website. But I would make 15% of what everybody shops on her website. And then if she signed up Taraji would make 20 to 50%. Oprah would make 15%, but I would make 5% of all the stuff that's on their websites. I would still be making 15% of Oprah's website and 5% of Taraji's website. And if Taraji signed up Janet, you get the picture. And then I can keep doing that over and over again. Because I'm excited about my products and somebody else wants to get a website too. So I don't care how many people get websites. Everybody doesn't have to shop at my website. They can get a website. They can have their own website. Because every time people are shopping on their website, and they might be in a different time zone, East Coast, West Coast, whatever. You making money while you sleep. Now, how many times can you do that?
Are there any requirements for that, with the exception of just having that customer volume to receive those?
No requirements.
Wow.
When you say, are there any requirements to what? Other than hitting 500, 1,000, 2,500, and 5,000? No other requirements. Mm-hmm. No.
Wow. And that would happen just because you're doing your work in your business.
Yeah, no requirements and no quotas. Because if you choose not to do it, you don't have to. And here's the thing is, if Oprah doesn't do anything with her website, and Taraji does something with her website, I still get 5%. I'm not penalized because Oprah didn't do anything. In some companies.
Now, this CV volume to do that.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
This CV volume to do that, is that off of my own personal along with one other person? Or that can be mine, and it, in other words, I get credit for that sales volume, that CV that these other people, like in this line right here, that does.
Okay, ask your question again. Does that make that clear? Ask your question again.
Okay. Say, for instance, that 1,000 that has to be done. Is that 1,000 that myself and one other customer has to do? Oh, that's right. You said 5 customers, 15 customers, 25 customers.
That's personal. So all those chart numbers relate to this top row right here. You by yourself.
And that's personal.
Right.
Okay.
This here is just the extra. So let me show you. Here's where you see this. When you go to your data viewer and you go down CV and you see all these other numbers, this is what other people did on their website. This person did $5,000 on their own website. That put them at the 40%. But this person, these are a bunch of people that they signed up that did $11,000 on their websites. So now they made 15% of this money. And 5% of this money, and 5% of this money, and 2% of whatever the numbers are you made right here. 15,552,221. 15,552,221. Plus your 40% of the 5,000.
this is the income that's paid out when?
Monthly.
These commissions.
Has to be paid out monthly. You know why? Because they won't know what to pay you until the end of the month. They don't know if you're going to be at 20%, 25, 30, 35, or 40. So they have to wait till the end of the month, and when it hits on the 15th, you pay. That's what just went into our e-wallets just recently, what people did in November, because November had to finish to know if a person was hitting 500, 1,000, 2,500, or 5,000 to get paid 20 to 50%. 20, because when you add all that up with the 40% plus the product bonus, you're actually at 50%. So they have to wait till the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Roz.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now, this right here goes into your e-wallet, and you say it goes once a month. Commissions are once a month. Yeah, say you get paid every week. The difference paid as a bonus. The bonus is the following month, but you get paid every week.
Not for this. This
Okay,
is paid out monthly.
I was just reading this sign down. You know the verbiage at the bottom of the retail profit where it says 20 to 50% where we are right now. It says get paid 20%. Oh, even though it's paid out weekly, it's held and then it's all sent out together on the 15th of the following month.
Yeah, you see it in your history.
Okay.
You see it in your history on a weekly basis.
Okay.
But they make the adjustments by the end of the month, so they know if you made 20% or if you made all the way to 40 or 50%.
Okay, and this is strictly off of sales, yours as well as the people under you. Okay.
Right.
Retail, I got you.
Okay.
Under that retail sale, that
I just
doesn't.
want to ask.
I'm sorry. Retail, it doesn't.
Go ahead on.
Packages do it.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Retail, do it include distributor packages or just strictly from the retail side where the customers buy?
Okay, I'm gonna show you that. That's a good question. That's a good question. Okay, so let's go to a sign-up package. Okay, so a person's coming here and they're buying a millennial, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the CV?
0.
Right.
0.
So you get no CV for distributor packages. You only get PE, points earned. And it's pretty much dollar for dollar. So if they purchase $199.95, you get 199.95 points. But it's no CV.
Okay.
So distributor packages help you get the points you need to rank to become Pearl, Ruby, Sapphire. But your products also give you points.
Okay. So let's take it to like one of the larger packages where they say you get $200 or you get $100. Do you actually get cash or is that going into loyalty?
Okay. So the only time you get that $200 cash, that's for the Founders Pack.
Okay.
Okay, 200. For the Crown Jewel, you get 100.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go to the Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel is CV is nothing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 0.
Okay. The sale price is $9.98, but it gives you actually 1,000 points.
Because it rounds up.
Okay, and then let's see if I see it up here. don't think it's listed here in the description here. Oh, there it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. $200 bonus paid to refer and sponsor. Mm-hmm. So the sponsor gets $200 here. That's cash.
And when
that's paid out weekly. If it takes about 2 weeks for it to hit. So let's say, you know how you get a job and you got money in the hole? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that money's in the hole. 2 weeks later, that $200 hit. And if you sold one every single week, then you'd be seeing that hit every week. So for those that, let's say you bought your Founders Pack in the last week of December, and if you haven't seen your cash back yet, on the next week that comes out, you should see it.
Okay, so say we brought ours the end of November.
Right. Okay. And those that bought it in November, that week hasn't been displayed yet. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Cause see, that's why I was confused. I was looking for it to hit on the 15th. I was looking for that. Okay.
Yeah, but what you got to understand is what you see in your history. You got to see what week are they displaying in the history. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when we go to the earnings history, we got to see. Here's the week that we're at right now. We're November 28th to the 12/4. Mm-hmm. Okay, so those that purchased in this week are seeing it here. So if you purchased in this week, then you need to wait when that next one comes up, it should be showing the cash back that you're going to get. The $200 cash back should show up in the adjustments. Let me show you where it's going to be. Mm-hmm. See where it says adjustment? That's where, see that $200 there? Mm-hmm. The reason mine is there, because I bought my Founders Pack November the 1st. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mailed it in. We had this thing where you could mail it in between the 1st and the 15th. So on the 1st, mine was there. Mm-hmm. So when did it show up? Here in the week of November 14th to the 20th. So that kind of gives you a gauge, because they didn't even register them until after the 15th, basically. But this is where you're going to look for yours. You look for yours under adjustments when that week pops up. And then to be even more detailed, once you see that there, you come over here and you click View. And when you click View and you click Adjustment again, it will tell you just what it was for. Congratulations, you have qualified for a cashback rebate. Congratulations, you have qualified for a founding member rebate. Mm-hmm. So everything is real detailed if you keep clicking buttons. When you see any kind of money you just keep clicking buttons and you'll see why you got paid. So if I click here with the multi-tier, that means everybody in my downline. Mm-hmm. Then it shows me every single person what they purchased. You see what I'm saying? And you see every order and how much did you make off of each one. So I made 20 off of that one, 40, 40, 40, 20. You see those numbers. So it's a wonderful back office once you start clicking around and you're able to see every single thing.
Well, I was clicking, but I wasn't seeing nothing. But now I understand I was clicking just a little too soon.
Just a little too soon.
I was clicking.
You fixing to see something. You fixing to see it. Yeah. And the same thing with your e-wallet. When you click earnings here, you just go to your e-wallet and you'll see the money sitting there in your e-wallet.
Now, in our e-wallet at this time, is that from the sales? Because, see, I keep seeing two different numbers with money. But in the e-wallet, I see a really small amount in the e-wallet. So is that strictly from retail?
That's strictly from retail. But you should be able to find it here in your history as well. You just got to look in the right place for it. So if you come in your history, you may have to go click here unilevel, because you can find out what it's for. And if you click unilevel for that particular week, and it would be the last week. And sometimes, depending on what you watch, you got to slide this over so you can see where you see that whatever that small amount is. It'll be on that line somewhere. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then when you click view, you can see who you're getting paid for. But that's commissions. That's part of those 15%, 15% for those people who bought certain things from your website, and those who bought them from their website.
Mm-hmm. Now, say for instance, the 200 rebate or whatever, do they eventually drop that in the e-wallet too?
Everything that's money goes in the e-wallet.
Okay.
It shows up first in your history, and it transitions to your e-wallet. Now, I don't know the time that it takes to get there. And I probably should, but I don't watch it close enough to do that, because I hadn't even looked at the e-wallet until Phyllis said it on the call the other day. And I forget it comes on the 15th. But it makes a transition from your history to the e-wallet. And then once it's in the e-wallet, you can choose what you want to do with it. Your choice is to send it to your bank. And I have to clarify something, because when I was teaching the other day, I said you could tell them what your account number and your routing number is, and they'll send it to your bank. But I found out there's a faster way to do it. If you got Zelle, use Zelle. Zelle gets there almost the same day.
You get that within minutes.
Yeah. So put your Zelle information in there, and an email goes to headquarters, and you get an email back saying that they got your request, and next thing you know, it's in your bank. And if you don't want to do that, then you leave it in there so you can purchase things.
But I'm not quite understanding you. I'm very familiar with Zelle, but where do we put it in on here?
Okay, so let's go there and show you. Okay, so I'm going to the e-wallet, and I'm going to log in. And when I log in, there's this thing up here that says cash out request.
Okay.
I click cash out request. I click proceed.
Okay.
And in this box right here, you put Zelle, your email address or phone number, whatever you use for Zelle, you put it right here. And put your PIN, the PIN that you have for your e-wallet, and say transfer funds. And that makes it happen. And you have to put the amount that you want sent, because you may not want all of it sent, or you might want some of it sent. That's totally up to you. Whatever amount you want sent from your e-wallet, put in this white box, put Zelle and your email address or Zelle and your phone number, whatever you use for your Zelle, put the PIN number, and transfer funds. Does that make it clear?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions about that? Okay. Any other questions here? Okay, so we understand that. We understand the overrides. If you got more people, how many times you can do it, unlimited. Okay, so do we want to go on to broker earnings, or is that where we want everybody to focus on your website?
I think it'd be good to go to that one, and then so we're not eating too much a day. But that would be good.
Okay. So this is what you were asking a few minutes ago. Every time you sell a $9.98, you make $200. Every time you sell a $219.95, a millennial or stimulus, you make $40. That is paid out weekly.
Okay, when? Because see, some of that I'm not seeing. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see because I ain't seeing it. But maybe I'm just a little too soon. I'm gonna wait.
Well, it's the terminology. When we say paid out weekly, you're expecting it to be this week.
No, I want to see it on my screen.
On what screen?
On my back page. How long do it take for me to see it on my back page?
Okay, I don't know what back page you're talking about.
Okay. On my you know what we're talking about? We're looking at our page, our website. On my website, if I sell a dispensary, how long do it take before I see that $40 or that $20?
That's what I'm saying. It's about a 2-week lead. You're going to see it immediately in your data viewer. You don't see.
That's what I'm asking, the data viewer.
You'll see the sale. You don't see the $200. You'll see the sale. So if I go here, I can always click somebody's name. And let's see. Let's try here. If I see a larger amount, okay. So if I see Arthur Martin here, $199.75, that's probably
a millennial.
Wait, let me go here. Okay, so that's one from you all, right? So if I go here and click the order number, I can tell that's a millennial pack.
Right.
So that's there immediately to know what it was. But that doesn't show the $40. The $40, that's what I'm saying. The $40 is another 2 weeks out.
Okay, that's what I was asking about. Okay.
Yeah. And that's where you'll see it you'll see that at the history, earnings history. Okay, so, and then the same thing, of course, the same principle if you are sponsoring other people who are sponsoring other people. For the crown jewel, 50, 50, 15, 15, all the way down 5. And my same examples of people. And that keeps on happening. And for the millennials, 40, 20, 8, 8, 4, 4, 4. And the same thing keeps on happening. And where you see that accumulating is under PE, points earned. Bam. And you're always concerned about the bottom total. Because that's what helps you rank.
That's Ross. Let me ask you something. When you go into your back office and you're in the dashboard and you go down to where it says quick view, can you kind of go over those little boxes that's there? One is opening earnings, last page, sales, distribution, customers.
The dashboard?
Right, on the dashboard. And then right up under the dashboard, it's got quick view and it displays a breakdown. I guess it'll say open earnings. One box says open earnings, another says last page, distribution, customers. This is like a quick glance of.
A quick glance of it's pretty much the year, right? Almost. It's like, it's not even. That's recently. That's something that's recently come. So
it should be loading. It takes a while. Yours is going to take a while for yours to load up. Yeah.
So we got all these charts. Some of these charts is brand new. Last auto ship.
So I kind of just give you a quick overview looking at some of the things, I guess.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. So So it gives you just, I hardly ever look at this. But it does give you the overview. And that's exactly what it is. It's a quick overview. Something else that I wanted to show you. Oh, let's see. Let me see what's the difference, what it does weekly. Yeah, just kind of a gauge, with the charts and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But if you want to find out what your earnings, you just actually go down to the earning tab and then go to the history, and that pretty much will give you.
Yeah. If I want specifics, I'm going to earnings. I'm not going by the dashboard, because that's based on maybe that week, maybe that month. Okay. Earnings is much more specific. Earnings history gives you specifically from week to week or month to month, depending on what you put in the tabs.
Okay. And what does it mean here in that my commissions earning when it says weekly or unit level? I guess the unit level, that's from your organization.
Huh?
Those payouts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's how you can the way you can. When you click the weekly tab, okay, so you got the start period, the finish period weekly, the weekly new multi-tier fast start bonus. That's going to always be your whole downline. Whenever it says multi-tier, that lets you know it's going to be a list of your downline. Okay. Let me move over. Okay. Adjustment is always going to be special things that have happened, like the cash back, like anything that's special that's not a normal thing. That's where that money will be.
Okay.
Fees, I don't know what they are. I've never seen any fees. I guess that's just part of the software. I've never had any fees in there. So, and then of course the total. Then when you go to unit level, we're talking about your whole organization. So the unit level here means people that I sold a dispensary to, and I made $100 or $200, the fast money. I call it fast money. Okay, that's where that $200 is going to be. That for the crown jewel that you sold, and the $40 is going to be for the millennial that you sold. It's going to be under unit level here, because that's your level. Una meaning you level.
Okay.
The unit level rebate bonus is going to be an accumulation of the people who are under you. So it's the overrides, as well as, let me go down and pull it over, as well as the multi-tier fast start. Okay. The crown jewel revenue pool, this is the money you make from the actual pool. Okay. So every time you hit sapphire or above, that's the money in the pool. Okay. Depending on how many people were in that particular pool. And it's always, really good. Like, see, that's pretty good for the first time hitting Emerald. That's why that's like that, because that was pretty sweet. Okay.
So that right there is yours. That's not broken up. That was actually yours. Your portion from the pool.
This is my portion from the pool.
Wow.
For hitting Emerald in November. Right. Yeah. So, and it's because, of course, the higher rank you go, you have less people to split it with. Because it's not as many emeralds, right? So that's what it's always based on. And then diamonds, you can just imagine what theirs look like. And so that's why the goal is to get to all of those different rankings. And then the adjustment, of course, is whatever adjustment that is. Okay, so if I go back here to view on that particular week, if I want to know what is that $126, I come here and I click that adjustment. And I can read it. Congratulations, you qualify for shares in our third quarter founders pool in 2020. So it breaks down. So that was a founders pool.
July shares, okay, adjusted September shares.
Yeah, so it said my July was $11.18, and I got 6 of them. August shares was $9.40, and I got 3 of them. September was $10.20, and I got 3 of those. And my total for was $126.09. So it's going to give you the whole breakdown of what your founders' shares will be when they start coming out.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good
and I
stuff.
tell people all the time, when I first last year, when I first bought shares, they were in single digits. And some people's like, man, that ain't money. That ain't that much money. But we talking about longevity here. We talk about we were a $1.3 million company then. Now we're almost a $4 million company. So what's going to happen when we become a 30 million or a 30 billion? So shares are for the future, for later on, to really see serious numbers. Because as I tell people all the time, what happens is the first month, everybody's excited, and they're getting their 3 customers, and the share might be small because it's a bunch of people getting it. But 6 months down the road, when folks ain't paying attention to their 3 customers, your shares increase because you're paying attention. So.
That's good. Anything else? Anybody else have any other questions or see some things that you didn't understand? That I appreciate you taking the time to share this with us. I know it's important for me to see it. Giving me a clearer understanding.
All right. Well, thanks for your time. I don't have anything else. Thank you.